everyone. Jeff Shaver here. Hey, if you've gotten, if you're given a link to this video, you should have been given a share request or given permission to share in our folders. So when it comes down to the Google Drive, if you're not familiar with it, you'll be given a share. It'll come via email. You just go in there and you agree to the share. And what we're going to most likely be sharing is the all folders. Sometimes it'll be just a file. But when you go in there, you're going to be looking for all folders needed for sharing if you're given access to this. This is where it's going to take you. You can share files and folders and forms, but you can't share the Google Drive. So that's why I made that specific file, so we can put everything into it and it all can be shared however we like. Go into payment forms and you're going to see this one here, do not touch. So don't use that. That is going to be the master. If we got to go back and redo it, or if somebody's deleted this one or wrote over this one, I can go in and put a new copy in this way. But use this one. Do not double click on it. Start over here with your three dots on the side. What that's going to do is you're going to click the three dots and you're going to make a copy. You're going to give it a second to download here because it's making a copy online. So it's going to have this copy of payment entry book. Well, you want to go in and rename it. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to stay in the same format, and you can name the form on the form. So you can open it up and name the form there, but to make it easier so you see how the format's going with the way we're naming them, is you can go and just put in the date immediately, so we can go by a date reference. So 3/31/25, I don't even need a comma. Say we'll do race number 1, and then just payment form or payment and entry book. So this is essentially, if we want to do it this way so they all look the same, shorthanding it, putting the N symbol instead of and itself. Okay, and then open, hit OK. So you've got it saved there. It's there now. So just double click into it. First things first, put your date in here. And that will transfer onto another form that's going to be requesting the date as well, and I'll show you that a bit later. This is your payment form. Anything up here in this white stuff, you shouldn't be changing this. If you happen to click on it by accident, say instead of clicking this box, you hit that box, and you try to change it by putting a digit there and you hit enter, it's going to give you a heads up. You're trying to edit this, yada, yada, yada. Edit anyway. You don't want to. Don't click this. Just hit cancel. And if you watch it, it's going to keep it at that same number. Instead of 21 cents, it's showing 20 cents. This over here, you'll be able to modify. These formulas down here, you shouldn't even have to get into them. So I want to make sure you guys know, just don't touch those. Going through it here, just going to review it. Last name, first name is self-explanatory. Race entry, single day. Includes 3-day pit pass. So that's an event weekend pit pass. Entries 50. If you're doing credit card, that's where this column comes in. It's confusing, but it's not once you see it. It's 5130. So, and I'm going to leave this down here. You need to start like, slot 7 just because it's, it's up there. But I'm going to leave it down here so you guys can see exactly what we're doing with the totals, what it does. So single race day entry, if we get a double Saturday, Sunday race, 2 days, that's going to be there. Pit pass is, self-explanatory. If you got anybody else's pit passes, you don't have to buy a pit pass. If you're buying a race entry, it includes pit pass. Transponder rentals, single day, double day. So 2 days you get it for 15. Now on the transponder rental non-member, you're going to be paying a bit more. Memberships, and you can validate that. Say, hey, if you're doing a transponder, would you want to buy a membership? It's going to save you on the long run today, but it'll save you in the long run as far as your practice fees, because practice fees are higher for non-members. Hosts or working. So if you're hosting a practice or something, the host or working doesn't really matter, but there is a practice form that we just use for printing. We don't have those tabulate into anything but its own sheet. Hosts or workers, so that would be 0, but we still want to log the pit pass. And then here we got total cash, which is using this top column. Credit card, which is using this lower column because there is an actual percentage rate calculated in here plus 10 cents per transaction. So automatically you're getting 10 cents on a credit card. Venmo 0, total check 0. I think we have some percentage on Venmo. I just don't know what it is and I don't think it's worth the hassle. So with that said, so say you're on line 1, but I'm going to put in that I'm here. You can put, I'm the one who paid, but if you want to track, it's going to be Jeff, Addison, Tiffany, and you can put that in if you want. You don't have to. It's purely who paid for it. I'm doing a race entry for me, additional family member, or additional entries 1. So it's 1 and 1. Double day, you would just put in 1 and 1, but if we've got, say Tiffany comes with me once, or Tiffany's here, and we have Tiffany's racing 2 carts, I'm racing 1, Addie's racing 1, we have, because they're all family entries, that's 3 more carts, so that's 4 total entries. Get over to the pit pass, say she's bringing somebody with her, there's 1 pit pass, somebody's bringing somebody with them. Then transponders, you're going to do a transponder for quantity, or for a single day, that's going to be a total of 4. So we don't have the additional transponder thing set up, but it is transponders for single or double. So you're getting a discount for 2 days in a row. So it's $15 only. So if we're doing a 2-day event, you would fill in these, and then these 2 here for double and single, or for double day. And then you've got your transponders for non-members as well. And then memberships you can add in there if it's first time and they're wanting to buy the membership. Now say Gary, believe it's MEY, but Gary is a worker. He comes in. Say he wants to do a pit pass, he's bringing somebody in just so we can show we're tabulating pit passes, and he's going to pay for it, and say he's going to be himself, so he wants to be a worker pit pass. Now, we put Gary in there, but we need to go to the worker payroll. I'm just going to make this as an example for one form. Now, say you got Miles, puts a bunch in here. So he's doing a primary, and he's got another 8 races. There are another 8 classes he's running. I know that's exaggerated, but sometimes it seems like that's what Miles does. Okay, so now all 3 of us are going to be paying a different way. I don't have to do 4 things. I don't care. You're not going to see checks much. But you can go through and you can delete. So say I'm going to do, let's just say I'm going to do Venmo. So I'm going to erase those. I'm going to leave Venmo there. Gary is paying with cash. He's going to give us a $10 bill for his friend. But there's no charge for his pit pass. And say credit card. Miles, he races so much he can't afford it. He's got to finance it onto his Discover card today. So credit, debit, it don't matter. So that's all. The credit and debit cards are all in that same column. So you can see you've got tabulations, $347.78, $205, and then cash for $10. Then you can see it's tabulating totals down here. There's 2 pit passes because there's 1 calculated there, or 2 there, sorry. 2 here, 1 here. So those are the grand totals for passes. Now that's going to become important at the end of the day. Let's go first to, let's go to the end. So you've got a data sheet at the end you can go and look at. But race day payroll, we need to log Gary in there. Now, whoops, sorry, fingers, paid or comped. If you're putting in that they're getting paid, you need to put that paid in there. We're giving Gary 100. If he donates, you would put 0 and comp. So in other words, he's just giving it to us. He volunteered, or we're compensating some other way as far as like a race entry or something, and we can put those notes in there. But if he's doing 0, you can put volunteer. But if he's comping, we'll say, hey, put it towards my kids' races, and then we would have to do the figures for that separately. But grand total we're going to give it, we're going to $100. You can see potential of $940 is what we have to pay out for workers in a day. Whenever you're bringing in the workers, ask them if they're volunteering their time or if they want paid. Thank them for volunteering, but always ask both. Now the data sheet is the fun part. Oh, I forgot, we have to put in some racers too. So say, you know, we got junior ones in there. Let's just say funny. I'm gonna be a junior one now. So you'd put your, you put your cart number. I'm number 1, of course, and then your transponder say would be club transponder 1, rookie. Sure, yes. Or you can put an X in there, but just put yes for rookie. Now, the nice part about these forms, yes, it seems redundant. We have to do it twice, but Terry can be up and scoring while Linda's in the back doing this payment form. And as soon as this is done, Terry can have this up there and, hey, Terry, we just added another one to Junior 1, and you could have like a bunch of names listed. She could go in there and update her scoring with these sheets instantly. She could have it up on her form. So as soon as one person gets it open, it's going to be updated for the other one within seconds. So that's the plus to that. We've got the race day payroll done. You've got everybody tabulated in there. At the end of a day, if we want to know how many total entries we got, I got to figure out why it's only showing me one total entry when I know I had, or no, I'm sorry, we only made one entry in Junior 1, Junior 1. So the nice thing is every time you put in another racer in this column here in the first name, or whoops, I guess I should have done this the right way. We might switch that form around someday just so that the names are the same both ways. But every time you put a first name in this column on any of the sheets, it tabulates a count. You can put whatever you want in there. It doesn't matter. It can be any digit you want. It'll give us our cart counts. So that data sheet is now going to reflect that we have 4 entries. We took $347.78 credit cards, $205 in Venmo, $10 in cash. Checks are 0. We had 3 total pit passes. We had a net sales of $562.78, or just total sales of $562.78. Total gross, not net, but we're going to have number of passes, and that should be text wrap, but number of passes and number of entries multiplied by 5.64. This is the cost of our pit passes. This is the cost of our payroll for the day. This number is these two minus our total sales for the day, so it kind of gives us an idea of what we're making. Then we'll have, of course, other expenses, but this will be the base of which we can take, say we had to go buy paper, we had to buy this, we had to buy that. This is just your bare bones, what it costs us in pit passes, what it cost us in people, plus, what we made for the day. We can get, how many pit passes do we do in a single race? We can kind of average that at the end of the season if we want. How many entries we averaged gives you an overall right here of how many entries per cart, so we can go in and average those if we want. Practice fees, we can put in some totals a little bit later on. That's just something I started and did not finish, but you can see where this can become beneficial. And then, of course, I want just a quick glance at the end of the day just to make sure that that's right. So I hope that explains how to do it, but we need to just, key points are, you don't have to worry about doing anything in that data sheet because it is all tabulated and it's kind of locked. It'll give you the warning. So, so just start at the top, delete where we don't have anything going in there. We've got all of our entries here. Sorry, not entries, but additional entry counts, so I'm not even too terribly worried about these because we're going to have those on the other end as well. So I actually don't even want these, just for the simple fact that we're tabulating off those other sheets. So those don't mean a whole lot. This is just data entry, so I'm not too worried about those. You don't have to mess with anything in the white. Only the colored areas, the yellow and the 2 colors of yellow, so are going to be where we're doing our data entry. Then make sure we get our forms filled out for our entries here, which is going to give us our total counts. These are the numbers that are taken into that last one, and then don't forget to do race day compensation. So if you get a worker in here, I will have this auto-populate as well. I just got to fix a few things. There's just been a lot of stuff we've been going through. If you do notice anything that needs to be fixed, just get a hold of Tom or myself, and we'll get that all fixed. If you need the form shared to you, Tony, myself, or Tom, all can share that as well. But if you have any problems with it, just give us a jingle. And I'm going to go ahead and rename this race. I'm going to put example in caps here, so if we need to go back to it, we can. But this is just going to show you that it's there and it's saved. If you need to go back to it and see how I did it, otherwise it's pretty self-explanatory. Thanks a bunch, and again, just let me know if you need any help. Phone number is 208-629-6672.